So here they've been soaking for about 10 minutes now. Let them drain out and then we'll go and plant them. So here we are, ready to plant. We actually use a mesh. I don't know how, I just thought of it this year and I came up with that idea, and I find using the mesh I don't have to measure out anything, it's all measured out for me. So I generally do what I call micro planting. It's 10 centimeters apart for each clove. You know, usually it's recommended 15 to 20 centimeters, but for larger bulbs I'm actually not aiming for extra large bulbs. I'm aiming just for medium to large bulbs, and then it's easier to store those for longer periods and easier to cure. So every second is 10 centimeters. You could use the same type of mesh, and if you wanted 15 centimeters you could go every third. If you go every fourth, it's 20 centimeters. So I go every second, and I just push them in. I don't do any covering. So what I'll end up doing is do this side of the mesh, and then I'll flip the mesh later on and do the other side of the bed. And always remember, you got to plant your garlic with the bottom part in the soil, at the bottom. And what I've done is, probably about an hour ago, once I got the bed finished and ready with all the materials that I needed for planting, I sprayed some water on it, and it's, you know, it's nice and nice and wet and moist, and that sort of provides that moisture for the first couple of days. I don't have to water it. So once I cover it with mulch after this, it's pretty much ready to grow and sprout. And as you can see, some of these cloves now have sprouted, and they probably should have been planted a few weeks ago, but as I've mentioned, we are a little bit late this year. But obviously these will come up in the next 2 or 3 days. They'll probably start popping out their heads through the mulch quite quickly. So once we've done this, we'll do the mulch cover, and then pretty much we're ready to go and just wait for it to grow after that. So with this planting method, I'm finding that I don't have to think about where or what measurement I'm doing, because the grid is, I'm just following the grid, I'm following the pattern. And I literally can plant with this method, have a bed ready and plant, or 2 beds ready, and I can plant up to about 3,000 cloves in one day. Now if they have sprouted, make sure you're not breaking the tops off, the leaves, the new leaves that are coming out, and any roots. People do soak them overnight. You can if you want to. You make sure you don't break those roots, because new roots won't appear. So they only have a certain amount of roots per clove. So that's why it's best to just soak 5, 10, 15 minutes if you want it to, even an hour, and start planting.